Have you ever found yourself struggling to make a decision or feeling overwhelmed by the complexity of a problem? If so, you're not alone. Clear thinking is a skill that many of us struggle with, but it's also one that can be developed with practice. In this video, we'll explore 5 Stoic lessons on how to think more clearly so that you can approach problems and decisions with greater clarity and confidence. In the past, whenever I had to make important decisions or found myself in difficult situations, I struggled to think clearly. My emotions would take over, leaving me feeling overwhelmed and unable to make rational choices. It was as if my mind was clouded, and I couldn't see things clearly. This pattern of behavior caused me a lot of stress and anxiety. I felt like I was constantly second-guessing myself and never fully confident in my choices. It was frustrating and exhausting, and I knew I needed to find a way to break the cycle. Over time, I began to realize that my emotional reactions were often triggered by fear or uncertainty. I was afraid of making the wrong choice or failing, and that fear was paralyzing me. Once I recognized this pattern, I started to work on managing my emotions and finding ways to stay calm and focused in difficult situations. I learned to take a step back and assess the situation objectively rather than reacting impulsively. I also started to practice mindfulness and meditation, which helped me to stay centered and focused even in stressful situations. Today, I still face challenges and difficult decisions, but I feel much more equipped to handle them. I am able to think more clearly and make rational choices, even when my emotions are running high. It's been a journey, but I'm proud of the progress I've made and the person I've become. If you are in the same situation I was in, stay until the end of the video because I have some good advice for you. Lesson number 1, practice detachment. Detachment is a key concept in Stoic philosophy, and it involves learning to let go of our attachments to external things, such as material possessions, social status, or other people's opinions. By practicing detachment, we can free ourselves from the emotional roller coaster of life and approach situations with greater clarity and objectivity. We can learn to focus on what really matters, rather than being distracted by external factors that are beyond our control. In real life, detachment can be applied in a variety of ways. For example, if you're a content creator on YouTube, detachment can help you to approach your work with greater focus and clarity. Instead of being overly attached to the success of your channel or the opinions of your viewers, you can learn to focus on creating high-quality content that aligns with your values and goals. Detachment can also be applied in personal relationships. By learning to detach from our own emotions and desires, we can approach our relationships with greater objectivity and clarity. We can learn to communicate more effectively, listen more attentively, and respond more thoughtfully to the needs and concerns of others. I use the detachment technique in every situation I encounter. For example, if someone responds to me with a rude tone when I ask a question, I don't instantly react by getting angry or starting an argument. I pause for a second and detach myself from the situation. I imagine the situation from an outsider's perspective, as if I were a third person. And this helps me distance myself from the emotions of the situation and make better decisions. I can realize before making any mistakes that the issue might be just in my mind, or that the person may have their own reasons for their behavior, such as their mood. Lesson number 2, accepting reality as it is, rather than trying to change it. At its core, this lesson is about recognizing that there are many things in life that are beyond our control, and that our energy is best spent accepting them as they are, rather than trying to change them. For example, let's say you're a student who has just received a poor grade on an exam. Instead of trying to change the grade or blaming the teacher, a Stoic approach would be to accept the grade as it is and focus on what you can control, such as studying harder for the next exam or seeking help from a tutor. By accepting the reality of the situation, you can approach it with greater clarity and objectivity and make better decisions about how to move forward. Similarly, in personal relationships, there may be times when we encounter difficult situations or conflicts with others. Instead of trying to change the other person or the situation, a Stoic approach would be to accept it as it is and focus on what we can control, such as our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. By accepting reality as it is, we can approach situations with greater equanimity and resilience and make the most of the opportunities that come our way. Of course, accepting reality as it is doesn't mean that we should be passive or resigned to our fate. Rather, it means that we should focus our energy on the things that we can control and let go of the things that are beyond our control. By doing so, we can approach life with greater equanimity and resilience and make the most of the opportunities that come our way. Lesson number 3, practicing self-reflection. Self-reflection involves taking the time to examine our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Self-reflection is important for several reasons. First, it allows us to gain a deeper understanding of our own thoughts and emotions, and to identify patterns and habits that may be holding us back. By examining our thoughts and actions, we can gain greater clarity and objectivity and make better decisions about how to move forward. Second, self-reflection allows us to identify areas for personal growth and development. By examining our strengths and weaknesses, we can identify areas where we need to improve and take steps to develop new skills and habits. Finally, self-reflection allows us to cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness and mindfulness. By taking the time to reflect on our thoughts and actions, we can become more present and engaged in our daily lives and develop a deeper appreciation for the world around us. There are several ways to practice self-reflection. One effective method is journaling, which involves writing down your thoughts and feelings on a regular basis. By putting your thoughts on paper, you can gain greater clarity and objectivity and identify patterns and habits that may be holding you back. I made a full guide about journaling. You can find it on my channel if you are interested. Another effective method is to regularly examine your thoughts and actions, and to ask yourself questions such as, why did I react that way? Or, what could I have done differently? By taking the time to reflect on your thoughts and actions, you can gain greater insight into your own behavior and identify areas for personal growth and development. I want to give you a bonus lesson. Practice mindfulness. This is the best long-term technique for clear thinking in any situation, and it has countless benefits in any field you can think of. By being fully present in the moment, we can let go of distractions and worries and focus on what truly matters. This can help us to make better decisions, solve our problems more effectively, and achieve our goals more efficiently. One effective way to practice mindfulness is through meditation. Meditation involves focusing your attention on your breath or a specific object and letting go of distractions and thoughts as they arise. By practicing meditation on a regular basis, you can develop greater focus and concentration and cultivate a greater sense of peace and calm in your daily life. If you're interested in learning how to meditate, let me know in the comments and I can provide you with a guide to get started. Meditation is a simple and effective way to practice mindfulness and can help you to achieve greater clarity, empathy, and peace in your daily life.